Hello, 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 and a happy weekend to all. Whew, man, it has been a tiresome week. Let me tell you what, it has been a tiresome week. But it's the weekend, and I'm in the mood for some Sonic Mania. So, let's say we get it going. In uno, dos, tres. Hold on. I almost forgot something. I almost forgot something. Ah, dang it. There we go. Cool. I had to wear my favorite accessory. Well, my second favorite accessory. There. Now we can transition over. How y'all doing? So, let's get it going, shall we? I said I was gonna play Tails. What's up, Phoenix? How you doing? Alright. I said I would play Tails. I totes am playing Tails. Alright. Oop, let me make sure that's on. Cool. Awesome. SSJ Chickskin. Good evening to all. Oh, thank God, it's just double jump. It's just double jump to fly, I love it. Man, I really like what they did with the animation for Tails' sprite. It's not something... I love it. I'm glad that they kept his flying ability simply as just hit jump twice, and it wasn't like how it was in the Game Gear titles where you have to stand there, press up, and then do it. I hated that about the Game Gear games. Yep, and he's still prepared. See? Ain't gotta worry about trying to find ways around. We can fly. Yes, he did. He did. Don't despair. Don't despair. That won't be the last of them. Nice. I just realized. Here, hold on. I just realized the thing wasn't working. Why is this not working? I probably need to... Here. I just realized they can't see you guys. And that's important. It's important, yeah? It is important, yeah? There you are! Alright, let me fix that up a little bit. I don't like how that looks. I shall have to fix that. Alright. Let me... Sorry, I'm trying to fix the chat thing here. I don't really like how that looks. Because it wasn't appearing because it's being stupid. It wasn't appearing because it's being stupid. Here, it might help if I just increase the font size. That might help matters. Let me just fix that real quick, because if I don't fix that, it's gonna drive me nuts. Well, that helps. Well, I'm an idiot. I fixed the wrong thing. I fixed the wrong font. Hold on, let me turn... I'm a dummy. I fixed the wrong font. No, not that one. Let's try... Here, let's try this one. Now it's all explodey and big and crazy. Wait for that work fast. Oh, that's much better. Now I can actually see. That's much better. Much better! Alright, let's continue. It might also help if I turn the Elgato... It might actually help if I turn the game audio up. It might help if I turn the game audio up. It might help. I'm not saying that it definitely will help. I'm just saying it might help. First world problems. First world problems. Alright, let's see if we can get this Chaos Emerald. I actually ended up getting all of the Chaos Emeralds for Knuckles. And it sucks because his ending was no different than his normal ending. So apparently only Sonic gets the true ending in the game. And let me tell you, some of those later special stages, those things got hard. Like, those things got really difficult. Well, no, I haven't seen Sonic's true ending. I got all the Chaos Emeralds with Knuckles, but, like, his ending, like, wasn't any different. Which is just stupid. I was like, aww. So, yeah, apparently only Sonic gets the true ending. Oh well. Alright, well there's one down for Tails. Hopefully I'll have an easier time... Oh, I lost my lightning shield. Hopefully I'll have an easier time getting the emeralds for Tails, since I've already been through them with Knuckles before. Aha! That trick still works. I can still hit him with my Tails. Nice. So, I started wondering, are they gonna add any other DLC to this game, or is this it, you know? I mean, I actually got into a discussion the other day. Someone said they should totally add other characters, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them adding other characters to this, because the whole point of it was to be nostalgic, as far as, like, classic Sonic. And you know, of course, as we all know... Oh, yeah. I saw Super Knuckles. So, of course, you know, the only true nostalgic characters for Sonic, as far as the 2D games go, were, of course, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. So, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the possibility of there being other characters in this game. Or them adding other characters. I'd love if they, like, maybe added, like, a Metal Sonic mode. Like, that could be cool. You know, we haven't really gotten a game where we could truly play as Metal Sonic. There's, you know, been some, like, offshoots like Sonic the Fighters or Sonic the Rift, but we've never really, like, done, like, a true play style of the guy. There's a big ring up here. Oh, dang it. I want to find the big ring. Oh, dang it. Now I gotta fly up again. There we go. What's up, Con? How you doing, buddy? How much is this game currently? 20 bucks. $20. An affordable price, if I say so myself. Ah, there it is. $20, which I think is a very fair price. I think that's entirely fair. I mean, for what you're getting, it's a fair price. Oh, I see what that was. That was a speed boost. Thing. Oh, I'm definitely gonna catch this one. Yep, I got it. Got it. Awesome. Oh, it's a great deal. It's a fantastic deal with the content that you're getting in this game. It's a fantastic deal. No, had they charged 30 for it, even I would have been, you know, pretty apprehensive. Even if it is like a classic Sonic game. I probably still would have gotten it, but... I mean, well, who am I kidding? I paid $70 for the big collector's edition, but that's just because I wanted the stuff that was in that collector's edition. Like, it was good stuff. But yeah, $20 just for the game itself? Dude, that's a steal. That's a must-buy. Emeralds down, not bad. They definitely improved his flying since the days of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. They definitely improved his flying. Oh! Okay, I didn't know that one was there. Alright, let's see if we can get this one. First thing I need to do is get to the ring and get the time. So I can just give myself time to go after it. That's the trick to it. You gotta like balance out when to get speed and when to get time. Oh, yeah. Want to try not to dip below 30 seconds. This should get me to Mach 3. There we go. Oh boy! Be smart about those turns. start to work with here. I'm gonna get him. Oh, I definitely got him. Got him. Wait. Got him. Awesome. Yeah, they did a good job on this. They really did. They did a fantastic job. You know, there was another video I tried to get out today. I was trying to do like a top 5 video on a certain subject regarding Sonic. And man, I just like fell the hell to sleep today. Like, I was tired. I've been kind of sleeping restless for the past couple of nights. So, yeah, I did not sleep well. I just like rested today. I love how it didn't even hit that ground, and yet it feels like, nope, shatter it. Oh, that was dumb. Uh-oh. I was like, come on now, ain't no way I'm dying first boss. Oh, all right. Nice. Oh yeah, definitely get it. It still sucks that for PC players the game got delayed, but they, you know, Sega said they're like, no, it was not running at the capacity that we wanted it to run at, and they were like, no, we do not want to release it and it be a busted game, and we're just like, well, I appreciate that, thanks Sega. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a working game instead of a busted game. Hello, he's still dog battles. Ah, dang it. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. Nope, nothing up there. I was like, I wonder if there's something up here. Ah! I still love how you can just blaze on through chemical plant. Now, you know, what I was saying earlier, I was talking with a friend of mine, and he said, you know, man, I think it'd be cool if they added, like, new characters. I think Sega will move in the right direction. I think they will. And thus far, they seem to be getting on the fans' good side. Like, they're making a lot of, you know, not just a lot of decisions that are pleasing to the fans. They're making a lot of smart business decisions. Like, they started, it kind of like started with the whole, I don't know how many people realize this, but they launched a lot of their games on mobile, and it was free. Like, they made them free. And I'm like, well, that's smart. You know, I mean, they get their money through ads and stuff like that, so it's not like they're losing, you know, a tremendous amount of money by doing this. But that's the thing, like, they work. And, in fact, there's, like, a lot of good ones on there, too. Like the ones I've got. Like, I don't know if you can see them or not, but, yeah, you probably can't see them, or maybe you can, I don't know. Yeah, like, I've got Rystar, Defender, Revenge of Shinobi. I've got Phantasy Star 2, Comic Zone, Altered Beast. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. This is like, okay, you know, I'm not a big mobile guy or anything like that, but I'm like, well, that was a nice, cool decision by Sega. So they kind of like, I think Sega, you know, especially since they put out their big promo about the future of Sega, I think they've really been trying to get back on the good side of their fans, because they know, or at least I think they know, or they realize, or I think they realize that they've been pissing their fans off for a while. They haven't been making smart decisions, not just with Sonic, but in a lot of areas. Like, they really haven't. So, I'm glad they're back to, like, making some smart decisions. And, like, a lot of fans, in fact, many fans, are, like, excited to see what Sonic Forces is going to turn out to be. Like, they are legit excited for that game. I'm legit excited for that game, and I'm not even a huge fan of the 3D Sonic games. Like, I'm really not. But I am excited for this one. You know, I know a lot of the Sonic fans that love to create their own characters are going to love that character creation thing in there, and Lord knows I am. So, if they continue in this direction, not just with Sonic, but just in a general direction for their franchises, I think Sega could become a good contender in the software department again. Because I would love that for Sega, because I mean, I've loved Sega for years. I've loved them since, gosh, the early 90s. You know, I had pretty much all their consoles. I mean, I'm still a Sega fan to this day. And I hate that, you know, and it all kind of started with the Dreamcast. I hate how they I almost feel like they lost their way for a while. And not just lost their way, but, you know, lost a lot of, what am I trying to say? Not just a lot of, you know, respect with, you know, their fans, but just, like, the direction of their games as well. And not just with Sonic, but with anything they had their hands on. You know, it became, you know, the thing became where the games used to be, if you want to get this game, oh, dude, you got to get it with Sega. It became, for the longest time, Sega makes crap. And you don't want that for your gaming company. You really don't. You really don't want to become what Ubisoft is right now. Because right now, Ubisoft is like you don't want to. I know the phrase I was looking for. You don't want to be the butt of everybody's joke. You really don't. Not when you're a gaming company. You do not want to be the butt of everybody's joke. That's like the last thing you want. That Con, you put it right. Consumer confidence with Sega was becoming laughable. That's exactly right. That's exactly the proper phrase. You are absolutely right. But man, what an interesting history this company has had, you know? They have had one of the more, out of all the video game companies, they've had one of the more interesting histories. From, you know, being on top to slowly falling to the bottom to being laughable and now slowly but surely making a comeback. I think they can make a comeback. I really do. I have every confidence they do. As long as they keep making smart decisions like this and just getting behind good game making and not being stupid with their money, I think Sega could get back to how good they used to be. I really do. I think they could become great again. I really do. Will they get back into hardware? Who's to say? You know, that one, until we have an official confirmation on that one, man, I don't know where to go with that one. I really don't. Because it's like, you want to talk about a risk. You want to talk about, I mean, it's the ultimate risk. In the gaming industry, that is the ultimate risk, is getting into hardware. And Lord knows, so many hardware projects have come and gone, you know? Like, look at like the Ouya. You know, they hype that up as like the ultimate gaming machine with game creation and game publishing and stuff like that. And then look what happened. Nobody cared. And not only did nobody care, but it did not live up to the promise, you know? It didn't live up to its potential. I mean, Atari, you know, the original godfather of gaming. You know, look what happened to them. They were one of the main reasons that the freaking industry collapsed in the 80s. What's up, Levi? And they're one of the main reasons the industry collapsed in the 80s. So you don't want to because that's the thing with this industry. You don't want to overinflate this industry. You really don't. Because if you do, it hurts everybody, not just yourself. Doing so hot this time. I am not doing so hot this time. I'm trying to create combinations and it's not working in my favor. Why did I do that? Might have something. Oh, there we go. I got something right here. Alright, here we go. Almost. Ooh, almost. Combo right here. There we go. Got it. Alright. I believe Studiopolis is next. Yep. There we go. Nice! Okay, I did not know that was up there. Yeah, you want to fly higher? Hit a bumper with tails. Sonic 3 trick. Yeah, SSJ, that is, that's a great comparison. That's the thing, it's not that Ubisoft makes bad games. Like, they really don't, but it's just like, lately it's like, it's either been or it's just been garbage. I hate to say it. Ubisoft has not put out like a blockbuster in a while. Like, Watch Dogs was underwhelming. The last couple of Assassin's Creeds haven't been very good. I hope they can fire back with the current one coming out. Or the new one coming out, I should say. Not the current one. It's not current yet. But, you know, Rainbow Six Siege was kind of underwhelming. What was that other one they did? That MMO one that they did. You know what I'm talking about. You know, it was underwhelming. So it's just kind of like, you know, they've become... Because I remember when I used to be a store manager for GameStop, and I would go to conferences and stuff like that, I remember their moniker they would tell us, you know, we're Ubisoft, and we make games that don't suck. And it's like, well, you know, at the time, you know, 8, 6, 7 years ago, that was true. Because, you know, they were riding high with, like, Assassin's Creed 2 and Ghost Recon. I mean, they had some hits. They had some really good hits. And I don't know what's going on with them lately. I really don't. So, I don't know, man. And I'll tell you another company that's I'm not saying they're garbage right now, but I'm, like, getting concerned about them. I'm actually getting concerned about Microsoft as far as being a game company is concerned. Like, they used to be where the exclusives were. I remember that, especially with the original Xbox. Even Xbox 360 had killer, you know, exclusives. And it's like, lately it's like, man, where are they? You know, like, I mean, let's be honest here. Compare PS4 and Xbox One's exclusivity software titles. Don't even bother. There is no comparison. PlayStation beats them in that department. They beat them heavily in that department. And so really, if you think about it, especially when it comes down to the hardware, what's the difference between your consoles? Well, there's not really that much of a difference. You know, I mean, you know, some people say, well, some controllers feel better than others in their hands. Okay, well, that's fine. That comes down to opinion and, you know, personal usage and whatnot. But really, you know, when it comes to third party, both systems got the same games, of course, because it's third party. But when you get down to first party, dude, PlayStation's kicking their ass. The only other company that can really compare with good quality first party games is, no, Nintendo. And Nintendo's got a bunch more of them on the way too, man. So I don't know what's going on with Microsoft lately. Like, to me, the best, well, I don't want to say the best, because it's, you know, it only pertains to a certain genre, but, like, the biggest exclusive that they put out that made the most noise, as far as, you know, creating waves and traffic and stuff like that, man, it was Killer Instinct. I remember when they announced Killer Instinct was coming as a launch title for Xbox One, everybody lost their minds. They could not believe KI was coming back. You know, again, we thought we'd never see that franchise again. So, I don't know, man. Like, name a blockbuster. Okay, no. Name me 3 blockbusters that Microsoft has put out since Xbox One has come out. Name me 3. Name me 3. I'm not talking about your favorites. I'm saying blockbusters. Name me 3. Yeah, see, SSJ Chicken, I was just thinking about that one. Scalebound. Dude, that looked sick. It looked so sick. I don't know why they canceled that. I don't know why they canceled that. I mean, you know, yeah, they had Forza come out. Exactly, yeah, any big blockbusters have been cross-platform. Exactly. But, like, I mean, yeah, they put out a Forza. Okay, neat. It's Forza. You know, of course, Forza's going to be good, but it's Forza. It's not exactly a game-breaking, or what should I say? You know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a mind-blowing prospect anymore. It's not. It's Forza, you know? It's not exactly changing the way that racing games are done. It really isn't. It's a pretty game, and it's a good racer, but it's not like, oh my god, all racing games must adhere to this one, or this changed the way we look at racing games. No. Yeah. 3 blockbusters from Microsoft. You can't do it, can you? You can't do it, can you? I can't either. It's kind of like, name something out of the Fable games that it does different from any other RPG out there. You can't do it, can you? You can't do it. Again, Microsoft exclusive. I don't know, man. A lot of people, and I actually kind of agree with this point, a lot of people have said when Microsoft decided to start putting their Xbox One games on PC, they shot themselves in the foot. Like, that was the dumbest decision they ever made. And I was like, well, why? You're trying to expand your market. And I thought, well, man, no, that's cool. You're making it accessible to more people. But then I was like, well, what good is it? What good is it to expand your platform if you don't have much to expand your platform with? You know, what good does it do? You know, what good is a 6-chamber gun if you only got 3 bullets, you know? You know? You're only gonna get to fire 3 good shots, but then afterwards it's over. So, I don't know, man. And that's the thing. I'm not an anti-Xbox guy. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm a guy that gets behind the gaming industry as far as it wanting to be, you know, good. You know, I want the gaming industry to thrive. Because you gotta remember, when I was a kid growing up, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I saw the collapse of the gaming industry. I saw that. I lived that. It was ugly. It was ugly. And so, you know, I don't want the gaming industry to have something terrible happen to it at all. And so, when I say that I'm concerned for Microsoft, I'm not saying that as, I hate Xbox. On the contrary, I want Xbox to succeed. Which baffles me why they're doing the Xbox One X. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We all knew when PS4 and Xbox One were coming out, we knew probably about little than half a year later, when talk already started happening about them, you know, upgrading their consoles. I mean, sure, console upgrades are a thing. It's going to happen. So, we kind of knew that the consoles were a little underpowered, but they're still good consoles. They really are. Both of them are great consoles. But, where was I getting at? But, you know, before that, I had an Xbox 360, and I enjoyed it. I enjoy it because that's, you know, a lot of people would say back then, during the 360 PlayStation 3 era, if you play online, the place to be is Xbox 360. And that was true. That was true. If you played, you know, things like Call of Duty or, gosh, even Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom or just any online game, dude, if it was a third-party game, you did it on Xbox. Xbox 360 was the console to play online with. It was, no doubt. PlayStation, not so much. PlayStation, back then, during the 360 PS3 era, PlayStation was known for having those amazing single-player experiences, like Demon Souls and the Uncharted series, God of War. I mean, it was the console. PS4 and Xbox One, they are severely underpowered, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, it was the system to have the single-player epic RPG experiences, and they were some of the best RPG games during the 360 PS3 era were on PlayStation 3. They really were. You played fighting games, unless it was an exclusive, which at the time a lot of them weren't. You played fighting games, dude, you did it on 360. Why? More people to play. It only makes sense. So now that is not the case. Now, you play fighting games, unless it's KI, dude, you do it on PlayStation 4. Let me see what you said here. Am I scared about the future of gaming concerning DLC and seasons? Not really, because they've kind of, I remember when they first started doing that stuff, you know, a couple years back. In fact, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was Call of Duty that kind of started that trend as far as season passes. So, I'm not really that concerned about it, because the thing is, the gaming industry thinks people are dumb as far as gamers are concerned. And believe it or not, they're not. You know, people are going to speak with their wallets. They are. Now, that's to say, well, how come Call of Duty is still going strong, and yet Call of Duty is a game that hasn't changed itself in the last couple of years? You're right. The reason why? You have to look at something like Apple. Look at something like Droid. It's a brand. Call of Duty is a brand. People are going to buy Call of Duty, and that's just how it is. You know, until they have they've had decreases in their sales. They have. But until they see a detrimental company-breaking decrease, they're not gonna just end their franchise. That's like a lot of people have said, World of Warcraft is going to die. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know, because they still have millions of people playing that game. It's not going to die. And quite frankly, Blizzard would be a fool to let that game die. So as far as like DLC goes, if they make decisions like, I'm not saying all DLC should be free. If a company wants to make DLC free for their game, that's on them. You know, that's on them. I personally will support good DLC. You know, like, a good example, back on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era, the Mortal Kombat game that came out for that had excellent DLC because you could pick and choose what you wanted. You know, they didn't, you know, stick everything behind a wall and whatnot. And then you had, you know, kind of bad choices with DLC, like look at Mass Effect, you know, like Mass Effect 3, you know, those were some poor choices. So, you know, it's hit and miss. But, you know, like, for example, Nintendo hardly ever did DLC, you know, I mean, they did it on occasion, you know, but with the Wii U, they really kind of started to experiment with it, you know, kind of really get their foot in the water with it, and for the most part, they did a fine job. I mean, look at, you know, they did, and it was mostly with Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, you know, where they started doing stuff like that, and it was fine, but see, they were smart about it. You didn't buy, you know, spend $50 and then you got all these characters. No, you could totally buy, you know, characters individually, which with fighting games, in my opinion, that's how it needs to be. The characters need to be you need to have a choice. Either pack them together, you either do one or two. Hey, Keon Woodard. You can either pack them together. You can do two things. Pack them together into a season pass or something like that. And give people the option to buy them separately. That's how you do fighting games. And the great thing about it is that's kind of what they've been. Fighting game companies have been doing that. So, you know, they're being smart about it. So I'm not really all that concerned about it. Again, people are going to speak with their wallets. If they don't want that $50 season pass, they're not going to buy that $50 season pass. How do I know this? Look at Star Wars Battlefront that came out a few years ago. Look what happened with that. People spoke with their wallets and they said, we are not buying that. That's too much. So, no. I'm really not that worried. Like, I'll tell you right now, if they did DLC for Sonic Mania and it was for like, you know, $10 gets you three or five extra stages and some new characters and a new mode. Sign me up! Hell yes! Give me that! You know, or $5 for a whole new game mode and this character. A new character. Sign me up! Let's go, man! See, Khan says, and even then, if people are becoming tired of the more mainstream games because of DLC and the like, we'll see a rise in the indie scene. If you ask Cal, look, you're right. Undertale, yeah. Well, not just, you know, Undertale and FNAF and started to, look at Shovel Knight. That blew up. Shovel Knight freaking blew up, man. So, yeah. No, the indie scene is on the rise. The indie scene is definitely on the rise, and it's catching fire a lot faster than it used to. Because now, unlike, you know, say 20 years ago, it's so much easier and it's a lot more accessible to get into the indie scene now. Because you gotta think about it. 20 years ago, we didn't have an indie scene. You know, back in 1997, we didn't have an indie scene. You know, these companies ruled the gaming scene. There was no indie scene. Welcome back, Venus. Yeah, you know what, Phoenix? I'm with you there. I am still waiting for that King Knight campaign. That's true. They have not asked for additional payment for their DLC. So again, as far as like paid DLC is concerned or free DLC, that is completely on the distributor. If they feel they want to do that, do it. People like Yacht, they didn't do it. Okay, that's on them. Good job, man. In fact, I've got Shovel Knight on here. So when that King Knight DLC comes out, what do you think we're going to be playing? Also, this is a really fun one right here. Kamiko, this is really fun. You should try this one. It is super fun. All right, let's get back to it. So yeah, I am excited for the Switch games coming out this year. I am excited for Mario Odyssey. I am excited for Fire Emblem Warriors. I am excited for Sonic Forces. I am excited. Nintendo Switch is going to get some killer games. think Undertale came out for the Switch. Did it? I still need to play Undertale. I still need to play that. Everybody and their mother keeps telling me, KB, you need to play Undertale. And I just like have not gotten around to it. Oh god, this boss. Huh. It's strangely easier with Tails. This is like strangely easier with Tails. Is Shovel Knight good? Shovel Knight is incredible. Like, if you love any kind of retro gaming that, you know, adheres to things like Castlevania, Mega Man, or Zelda 2, Shovel Knight is incredible. It's getting a PS4. Okay. Let me, Undertale PS4 release date. That could be a fun one to do. When is that coming out? Oh, it is out. Released digitally for PS4 and PS August 15th. It is out. Yeah, that is totally out. That'd be cool if they put it on Switch. How much is this? Sorry that I paused the game here. I want to see how much this is. How much is this? $15. That's not bad. Is Shovel Knight on Xbox? Yeah, Shovel Knight's on everything. Yeah, Shovel Knight is one of those games. It's on everything. It got on every... Yeah, it's on every they got in on every platform they could possibly get it on, with the exception of mobile. But I love how people keep saying, mobile games gonna take over. No, it's not. Mobile devices will never be powerful enough to do what consoles can do. Because if they could, they'd be too expensive. They're already too expensive. That'd be a fun one to do. I might pick that up at the end of the night. That'd be a good RPG to do on here. Speaking of which, I type fast. Also, y'all might have noticed I'm kind of sitting at a different angle. I've kind of moved my desk around as far as like how it looks. Let's see. All right, so here's what I got coming this year. I've got Mario plus Rabbids at the end of the month. I've got WWE 2K18 in October. I've got Super Mario Odyssey. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about Mario plus Rabbids. That's kind of a maybe with me right now. I've got Mario Odyssey in October, of course. Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then I've got, of course, Dragon Ball FighterZ next year, Kingdom Hearts 3 next year. These next two, which I do believe these are coming this year. I've got Fire Emblem Warriors. And I said this last time, but I totally broke down and said, man, shoot. I pre-ordered Skyrim. I've totally pre-ordered Skyrim on the Switch. Dude, I'm morbidly curious to see how it's gonna do. Whether it's a bad purchase or not, that'll be on me. Because I love Bethesda. I really do. I love that company. I wish they would hurry up and say something about Elder Scrolls 6. It's like past time to say something about it. I don't know why they haven't yet. But yeah, I totally pre-ordered Skyrim on Switch. I need, that might be what I switch Mario plus Rabbids over, because I've never been a big RTS fan. And not only that, I'm like, Rabbids? Okay. So I might switch my Mario plus Rabbids over to Sonic Forces. And I tell you, Nintendo next year. Hold on, what are y'all saying about MVCI? I have to get worried about, especially I was disappointed with the roster. Everybody is everyone is disappointed with that freaking roster on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Everyone's disappointed about it. Like, with the exception of Mega Man X, there ain't no, and you know, I mean, I want it to be good. You know, I said, you know, if the story mode is good, then I'd be on board, possibly. But at the same time, I'm still very apprehensive about it. Like, where is Venom? Where are the X-Men? Where's all that? You know, I'm mostly excited for Mega Man X, and that's it. Oh, I mean, I say, oh, God, that sucks. Are you getting it? That sucks. But, you know what? You know what I mean? I say, at least when you get it, it will be in working condition. At least it will work. And that's what's important, right? It's going to work. And believe me when I say, it will be worth it. It'll be worth it. Yeah, if Ultron Sigma's not playable, we riot. It will be worth it. Because I would rather have a working game than a busted one. Yeah, and y'all might have noticed I did not list my pre-orders that I've got coming out for this fall and early next year. I did not list Marvel vs. Capcom, but I don't have it pre-ordered right now. I really don't. And I'm even kind of apprehensive about Destiny. You know, I told myself I'll kind of wait for the PC version because that's the version that I want to play. But I'm like very apprehensive about it because I played Destiny 1 and it was fun. My problem is though, if I get this game, I don't want to happen to me what happened with Destiny 1, and that's where I ran out of content to do, or I ran out of stuff to do. And I know a lot of people say, well, just get into the Crucible, and it's like, okay, well, that's fine. You know, I know the PvP is really good in this, but the PvP was also really busted in Destiny 1. Like, it was super busted. Super busted. You know? Like, it was bad busted. Nope. Crap. Yeah, I will say this. Battlefront 2 does look really promising. And I know well, who am I kidding? You know, I don't do shooters at all on this channel. But that is one I will do. I will do Star Wars Battlefront 2. I will do that one in a heartbeat. So yeah, it's funny. Most of the stuff I'm looking forward to is coming out for Nintendo. And you know, I'm not really that surprised. Because when I saw all of those people, all of those third-party companies that lined up to get their stuff on the Switch, it didn't surprise me at all. I knew that, because that was the thing. We all knew that. We all knew in order for the Switch to succeed, it needs to get that third-party support. We all knew that. We all knew that. We all said that. And hot damn, so far, It's working. Will I be getting Sonic Forces? Oh, you bet your ass I will. You bet your ass. Oh, yes indeedy. I will say this. I might be 31 years old, but I will be a Sonic fan till the day I die. I will be a Sonic fan till the day I die. I grew up with Sonic. I was with him at the beginning. I will be a Sonic fan till the day I die. And even then some. Yeah. Ult. Oh yeah, wait for it. We're gonna get Super Marvel versus Capcom Infinite Alpha 2.5 Turbo Special Chocolatey Fudge Edition. Just wait for it. It's going to happen. Just wait for it. You know what? And now that we're, you know, what I was talking about earlier with gaming companies that I'm worried about. That's another one I'm worried about. Capcom. I don't know what's going on with Capcom right now, but yeah. A lot of questionable decisions. Yeah, and Con, what did I say? I said this a long time ago when the Switch was coming out. And I always say this for people. I always say this. Oh, they'll have Smash. Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't you worry about that. It's going to happen. Because one, there's too much money to be made. There's too much money to be made from a Smash Brothers game. There's too much money to be made. They would be fools. They would be fools to not make a Smash Brothers game for the Switch. They would be fools. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't say Smash either. But you know what? Next year they need to say something. Next year they need to say something. No, Nintendo killed it at E3 this year. They did. See, that's the thing. With Smash, you don't have to, like... They don't have to, like, you know, say that it's coming next year. They could totally announce it or just say, yes, guys, we're doing it. And then just, like, give progressive updates over the next, like, year and a half. And then, like, release it at, like, beginning of summer or Christmas time. They could totally freaking do that. They could totally freaking do that. Yeah. I will say this. I could absolutely see Nintendo announcing Smash next year. I could totally see it. We might not, you know, we're probably not going to get it next year. I mean, I would almost definitely say we're not getting it next year. I could see them announcing it next year, though. I could totally see them announcing it. Yeah, Virtual Console needs to be announced too. It does. That's really probably the biggest. I don't want to say what the hell, but I will say what the hell. That's probably been the biggest what the hell I've had with Nintendo. Is where the hell is the Virtual Console? Oh crap! You know, because I'm like, where is that? Well, see, that's the thing. Capcom did not make a lot of money off of Street Fighter V. Financially, I'd say it. Financially, it bombed. Like, it was not. Compared to Street Fighter 4, no. Street Fighter 5 did not do well. Like, it did not. It did poorly in sales. Like, very poorly. Let's put it this way. Pokken Tournament for the Wii U outdid Street Fighter V. Let's put it that way. When Pokken Tournament outdoes Street Fighter, yeah. Well, you know, and the other thing about the Wii, about the Switch and their Virtual Console, one, they still have to launch their online service. They still haven't done that yet. You know, that's not coming until next year. So I bet when they launch their online service, I bet that's when they will launch. I bet that's when they'll launch Virtual Console. I bet that's when they'll do it. But yeah, financially, Nintendo's doing very well right now. They're doing very well. What's up, Kayla? Dang it. There we go. Like, bro, is nuts. Man, I'm happy about it. I really am happy. I thought after the giveaway was over that like a bunch of people would unsubscribe, but I'm happy to see that that did not happen. Well, they're starting as far as the Switch's stock at retails, they're starting to catch up. Like, they're starting to catch up. A lot of retailers are starting to get a lot of them back now, so. Yeah, it's you'll be able to get one. Eventually, you know, sooner than you think, you'll be able to get your hands on one. Like, this Christmas, I bet that they're probably gonna have a bunch of them this Christmas. Yeah, and like what you said, SJ, talking about Tekken putting in other characters from franchise. That's the thing. Namco is very good at that kind of thing. They're one of the few companies that just like, whether they're publishing it or whether they developed it,
what am I trying to say here? Whether they're publishing or whether they're developing it, Namco just like really does not make crappy games, and they don't get behind crappy games either. Like, they really don't. I will say that they are one of the few companies that is very careful with their games. They're one of the few. I mean, look over the last 10 years at Bandai Namco, and look at the games they've gotten behind, and look how well they did. Just look at them. Dang it. Dang it. Ooh, man. We'll love that. Probably. Alright, if you will excuse me for just a moment, I will be right back. I need to get a refill and I need to use the restroom. So if you will pardon me just a moment, I will be right back. Unless I'm not here. Oh, man. Almost back in just a moment, guys. Alright, thank y'all for that. I have water. And everything else is alright. Alright. And good evening, Eli. Or, not Eli, Ellie. My mistake, Ellie. Alright, back to Tails. I messed that up. Yeah, today's Saturday. It's fine, Knuckles KB. Oh, Lord. Oh, what the dingus. Oh, what the double dingus. Knuckles, KB. Well, I tell you, that just really knuckles my knuckles. That was so fun the other night. That Knuckles and Knuckles play there. That was so much fun. No, my rocket! And Tails was pouting right there. He was like, no! Crap! Am I just at that point in the game where everything's just gonna hit me now? I'm at that point, aren't I? Well, okay then! So tomorrow, I know it's Sunday night. Well, actually, you know what? I just realized. Tomorrow night, I actually, can I still do a show? Yeah, I will be doing a show tomorrow night. Knuckles and Chuckles. Oh, whoa, what am I doing? What in the world am I doing? Almost quit. I didn't mean to do that. Tomorrow, I won't be starting my show at 9 p.m. because I have another show I have to watch. I only watch this about once a month, but this one's kind of important. So, yeah. Usually, I'll blow off some of the other ones that come out once or twice a month. But this one in particular, I have to watch. So, tomorrow is SummerSlam, so I have to watch SummerSlam, but I will be here after it's over for a little while. So yeah, I just won't be starting at the usual time tomorrow. Good old Metal Sonic. See, this would be a fun mode to add to the game if they wanted to do DLC. Like, do a Metal Sonic mode. Alright, let's see if I can do this. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Ah, dang it. That's so awesome that they brought back Silver Sonic. Dang it! Oh, never mind. We good. Well, I would love to spin dash, but I'm also trying to dodge fireballs. There we go. For the BS moment of this fight. Ah. Yeah. What next? Like a bad aim. Ah! Dang it! There we go. Bye, Metal Sonic. Ice cold water. Oh boy. Oh, well that was anticlimactic. Again, I just love the fact that he doggy paddles. Wow. Oh, man. There we go. Bubble and a bubble. I think it will. I honestly think it will. Oh, there's a hook right there for me. Oh, I do. Oh, I see what I do. Maneuver around here. There we go. Still baffled how a bubble exists within a bubble. Thinking too much into it? Probably. Are they gonna discontinue Sonic Boom? Probably, because you gotta remember that Sonic Boom only happened because of a partnership between Nintendo and Sega. So it's very likely Sonic Boom could probably be discontinued. Which, I mean, I understand some people really like it. Some, you know, the games weren't really that good. Let's just be honest here. The games were, well, garbage. The games were bad. People really did like the cartoon. I wanted to do something like that con, I would play something from Ubisoft. Like, the show is funny. I will give it that. The show... Oh, crap. The show is really funny. It really is. I will give it that. Well, it's like, man, why didn't they just... I don't know. I know a lot of people did not like their designs. I am one of those people. I don't understand why they decided to change their designs. I mean, I understand that they weren't trying to reboot. Where the faces of the day I'm watching. Yes, where the faces of the day I'm watching. You know, I understand that this was, you know, Sonic Boom was not a, it was not a reboot of the Sonic franchise. It was just, you know, another project that they were doing. I get that, but man, I don't know. I did not like some of those design choices of Sonic Boom. Like, Knuckles, like his meathead character, it took a minute, but I was like, you know what, this actually is kind of funny. Now, you gotta understand, I grew up with a Knuckles the Echidna that was actually smart. And I'm mostly referring to, like, the Archie comic series. You know, Knuckles, or Sonic the Hedgehog, or Knuckles. That'd be a great thing to talk about on the channel, the Archie comics, especially since they're discontinuing. I'm sad that they're doing that. Oh yeah, they got all the characters wrong. But it's like, they were trying something new, and I get why they were trying it. The thing is though, like, it's still pretty funny. Like, it really is. It's still pretty funny. And like, everybody will say that. Everybody will say, yeah, man, those Sonic Boom games were dumb, but dude, that show is pretty funny. I would not mind a Sonic Adventure 3 or something along those lines. I just wonder, is it kind of too late to be calling it, you know, Sonic Adventure 3? Because, the reason I say that isn't the fact that I hated the Adventure series. On the contrary, I mean, I didn't like Adventure 1 a whole lot, but I did like stuff about Adventure 2. I did. I thought Adventure 2 was actually a really good game. I thought it was. The problem with doing an Adventure 3 is they kind of technically did. They kind of technically did. Except it wasn't called Sonic Adventure 3, it was called Sonic 06. And look what happened there. I mean, look what happened there. You want to talk about a travesty. You want to talk about a sin upon man. Yeah. And yet, and if you think about it, Sonic 06 pretty much played in the same respect as the Adventure series. It pretty much did. And I think because of the backlash they got from that and the displeasure from the fans and the cataclysmic ratings that it got and the poor sales that it got, I almost suspect, and this is merely an assumption and a hypothesis, but I would not be surprised if Sega was, like, scared to try that formula again, you know? I mean, Sonic Generations kind of did it with the level select thing, but, I mean, you know how the Adventure 1 panned out. You know, you wandered around a world, or an open world, until you did the stages. You know, that's the kind of thing they did. Adventure 2 did something completely different where it was just stage by stage. If they did it like that, it could be really good. But if they go back and they try to do it like Adventure 1, like Sonic 06 did. I almost assume and almost hypothesize that I wouldn't be surprised that Sega is like scared to try that again because they remember how poorly that was received. So, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see a Sonic Adventure 3. If anything, what I would love for Sega to do, I want Sonic Forces to do well. That's a given. I want Sonic Forces to do well. And I want their Sonic 3D games to succeed. What I would love for them to do is to kind of keep doing what they're doing right now. Every now and again, we get a really good 2D Sonic. Every now and again, we get a good 3D Sonic. It doesn't need to be one or the other anymore. It needs to be both. There needs to be good 2D games Sonic. And I'm not talking, a lot of people say, like, well, we were getting 2D Sonic games. You know, like on the handhelds. No, they need to be console released. And they need to make a big deal about it, like they did with Sonic Mania. Uh-oh. We're okay. Am I interested in the Arika fighting games? Yes. I am definitely interested in the Arika game. Don't compare it to Sonic Mania. Oh, I was like, what are we doing? Oh, we're flying, okay. I was like, what are we doing? Sky Zone. In fact, it's exactly like Sonic High Zone, Sky High Zone. I love how they just like abandoned Knuckles. You'll be alright. Dang it! What am I doing now? Whoa! Big caterpillar. Floating sign. Nah, it landed on the robot. Oh, hi, Bean! And Sonic was nowhere to be found. That's still just so cool. That Knack and Bean and Bart got cameos. I love it. Look at these perfectly good ice cream just laying around. Or a perfectly good root beer float. Who just leaves that laying around? See, when I was a kid, Sonic X wasn't a thing. Sonic X didn't happen until I was a teenager. And you know, the one I grew up with was what's called Sonic Sat AM. I grew up with that one, and I loved it. I grew up with the, you know, the characters that came out of the Archie comics, like Princess Sally and Bunny Rabbit and Antoine de Coulette, and all those characters that came out of that comic book series. I loved that comic book series so much. I loved it. Oh, here we go. Here he comes. Nah! I love that he's called Beam the Dynamite and not like Beam the Duck. Even though that's clearly what he is. Oh, he shot me with his cork gun. He shot me with a cork gun. I love that they're using the Game Gear sound effects for when the characters reveal themselves. I love that they're using Game Gear sound effects. So, like, this was how big of a nerd I was. Let me look over here real quick. Yep, there it is. I keep lots of, like, stuff that, I guess is going into my grave or whatever. But, here, let me, they're in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Let me see if I can find them real quick. These are like my near and dears. My treasures, so to speak. Oh, yep, there they are. I see them. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah. Dash Rendar. Alright. Yep. Where are you? There you are. So yeah, this was how big of a nerd I was, and kind of still am. Nah, who am I kidding? I definitely still am. But, Elder Scrolls coins. I still have these, because a lot of the ones that I had when I was a kid, I had them all, but, I kind of lost them all when I was, pause button. I had, a lot of them were lost when I moved, years and years ago. But these were my two favorites when I was a kid. I still have the original Knuckles Chaotix comic. I love that one. Still have the original. There you go. There's Vector, Knuckles, Sonic, Espio, Mighty, and Charmy. And then the other one I had was, I still have the original Sonic Triple Trouble, 48-page special right here. God, what year was this? What year was this? This was 1995. Yeah, this was 1995. And this was the first comic book appearance
of Knack the Weasel. Of course, this came out shortly after. Yeah, see, look, there he is right there. Yep, there he is. Knack the Weasel. So, yeah, this was his first comic book appearance. And that's the thing. A lot of those characters like Knack and Bean and all them, they got so much more attention given to them in the Archie comic book series. Okay. So much more attention and detail was given to their characters in the comic book series. So, and that's where I really grew to love Knack as a character. So that's when I freaked out about him the other night, that's why, because I love that character. There we go. Awesome. So, yeah, it's a great comic series. It really is. And I would highly suggest either get it in a digital format or try to find those old back issues on Amazon or something like that, or eBay, or order them from Archie while you can, because they are discontinuing the series, sadly enough. But they're great. They are great. They're a wonderful comic series. Knuckles, see, this was how great the Archie comic series was. One, yes, it did have some adherence to the games with here and there, but for the most part, they really stuck to their own story. They really did try their hardest to craft their own story, and they did a really good job of it. Knuckles actually had a family. He wasn't just the last echidna. He had his own family. And it was this long, drawn-out, complicated story. Dang it, I always miss that jump. But it was this long, drawn-out, complicated story about what happened to the other echidnas. Apparently, if I can remember correctly, the echidnas were an advanced race in intelligence and stuff like that, and technology. And they caused a lot of the world's first world problems, in the ancient days. So they were almost like a utopian society. And so they had to, what they did was, at first, of course, it wasn't called Angel Island at first in the comics. It was just called, it wasn't even a floating island when it started off. It was called, well, the city that they lived in was called Echidnaopolis. And so they all sought out onto the rest of Mobius, which is where the Sonic comic universe took place, that planet. And so they sought out to, expand their, sciences and everything else, and their research. And so one day they discovered a meteor was going to hit their island. A giant meteor was going to hit their island. And destroy everything. So they didn't know what to do. They thought, they didn't want to abandon their city because, and abandon everything that they had because, there was just there were so many advances that they had created in their society. And so what they did, they came up with a experimental procedure where what they would do is they would harness the power of a Chaos Emerald to lift the city into the air. So they stuck it onto this device in the center of their island, underground, and it lifted them straight up into the air. But the problem was they couldn't lower themselves. They had to stay up in the air, and so they were secluded from the rest of the world. And so the world evolved without them, even though they stayed a very advanced society. And so you jump ahead years later, and two echidnas named Dimitri and Edmund wanted to rejoin the island with the land. And so they had this plan where it was called the Chaos Siphon. I can't believe I remember all this. They had this device called the Chaos Siphon. And what they would do, and their hypothesis was, they would gradually drain the energies of the Chaos Emerald to where they slowly lowered the island back onto the planet. The council
did not like this. The Echidna Council did not like this and deemed it too dangerous, and so they denied their petition for it. So Edmund, you know, backed off and said, okay, we understand. Dimitri, on the other hand, was very pissed off about it. So he took the Chaos Siphon and he absorbed the energies of the Chaos Emerald, but instead of lowering the island back onto the planet, he absorbed the energies into himself and became like a demigod. And so he changed his name to Interjack. And he ended up seizing control of the Echidna Society and took over the island and whatnot. And so what happened was he took control of the place, and then his brother was held captive, Edmund, and with the help of another race, the Fire Ants, who were a very, you know, ancient and wise race of Mobians. They helped Edmund escape, and they ended up collapsing Interjack's tower on top of him, and everybody deemed him dead. So what they did was they realized that their hubris for technology and advancements had caused them to basically, you know, make all these mistakes, which is what drove Dimitri to madness. And so what they did, the Echidna Society forsook technology. They forsook technology and said, we are banning all technology from our island. Well, one part of Echidna Society was okay with this. A very small part of Echidna Society was okay with it. Another part of Echidna Society did not like this. So they would eventually be called Dark Legion. So what they did was they had Edmund assassinated, and the son of Edmund took up Edmund's place as guardian of the floating island and learned to channel the energies of the Chaos Emerald to where he could utilize them, and he ended up banishing the Dark Legion from the floating island within a smaller pocket realm. It was ironic because the leader of the Dark Legion was Edmund's son's, I believe his son's name was Steppenwolf. I believe so. He ended up, his cousin, so his cousin was the leader of the Dark Legion. So he ended up banishing him. So he banished him, the line of Guardians continued, and the Guardians continued to utilize technology for themselves to keep, because they realized they can't just get rid of all technology. They realized they can't. So they decided to instead, you know, not so much rely on it completely, but use it for practical means. And so one day, they went at war with another race of beings called the Dingoes. And so the Dingoes decided to unleash a nuke on the Echidnas. And so what the current Guardian did, I remember his name. The Guardian created a zone transporter, and he ended up teleporting all of Echidnapolis, the city, into another pocket realm, similar to how they did with the Dark Legion. And so the Guardians continued, so the Echidnas continued to exist within this pocket realm, but the Guardians would live, whoever was the current Guardian of the island would live outside of the pocket realm to protect the island and protect the Emerald. So the Guardians continued their line and continued their work, and then it came down to Knuckles. But whenever the Guardian passed on the mantle of Guardian to their child, that other Guardian would leave into another smaller realm to join the Brotherhood of Guardians. Of course, I am a Mobius historian, I am. Dude, you don't understand. I was so enraptured with this comic book series. And so anyway, so that's how Knuckles ended up becoming the last of the Echidnas, or so he thought. He thought all of his kind were dead. So yeah, he thought all of his kind were dead because his father took him away from his mother when he was still a baby. And so his father raised him on his own. So yeah. Knuckles, and this is another reason why I love the comic book series. Knuckles has, like, the best story out of everybody. Like, his story is fantastic. Knack the Weasel is given more screen, well, not screen time, but page time and story. So, yeah, it's great. It really is. Oh, why didn't I duck? Sorry, my speakers were buzzing over here and that distracted me. I'm a freaking I'm a Mobius historian. So yeah, pardon my ramblings there. Dang it. Live tails! There we go. Ah, dang it! Yes, there is an Archie comic series on Mega Man. Yes, there is. And it's good too. No! I just jumped right into that. I'm being stupid. I'm being stupid. Yeah, I don't like this boss. I don't like this boss. Ah, I'm goofing around. Ah, dang it. Dang it! Ah, why did I do that? There we go. Ooh, man. Oh. No, you don't need to destroy the other two tentacles. The problem is they shoot at you, so it just like makes trying to jump on him harder. So it's a good idea to get rid of at least one of them. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Dang it. Oh, dang it, he was still hot. Crap. Ah! Oh, man. Oh yeah, come on, switch. Ooh. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. There we go. Whoa, dang it. Oh, come on! I totally made that jump. Come on! But I think this is the one I got stuck on last time we were playing through this game. This is definitely the one I got stuck on last time. Oh wait, I totally already came this way. How strong is Knuckles in the Archie comics? Pretty strong. Pretty strong. He actually ends up becoming, not to give away too many spoilers, but he actually ends up becoming like a demigod later on. For a brief amount of time, of course. No, I want it! That is so frustrating. You're doing so good, and then boop, something hits you. Like that. There we go. No! Get it! I got it. Woo! With 10 seconds to spare. Got more emeralds on this run than we did with Knuckles' initial run through. Ah, dang it. Get the 7 dragon emeralds, so it's can just skip. 7 dragon emeralds. Don't give them any ideas. They'll do something like that. Guys? I think we found a glitch. Hold up. I think we found a glitch. Yeah. We definitely found the glitch. Wow. I mean, what do we do here? I don't think there's anything we can do. Yeah, goodbye, Tails. Well, this might be a good place to call it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. We're about 2.5 hours in. Again, I will not start at the usual 9 o'clock time tomorrow. I will start closer around 10. If I start at all. If I don't, I'll let y'all know on Twitter, which, by the way, you should totally follow me on Twitter so y'all can know when I do my live streams and what I'm doing for my live streams. And, you know, other videos that I post and whatnot. So, yes, go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. Krimson KB. In fact, I will link that bad boy right now if you have a Twitter account. This is where I usually post my updates. So, yeah. I will totally post that right now. So, anywho, that's all for tonight, guys. Yep, that's true. They were faithful. That's it for tonight, guys. So hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow if I've got the energy after SummerSlam tomorrow night. So other than that, this was a fun week of Sonic Mania. Hopefully we'll be doing more of this in the future, but I plan on streaming some Dark Souls 3 again. It's been a while since since I've been playing that one, so I'm gonna go back to Dark Souls 3 tomorrow night for a night or two, and maybe we'll do some Killer Instinct after that. So thanks, guys. Smash that like button, and as always, stay shway, baby. Y'all have a good night, dudes.